Everyone, welcome into TexAgs Rewind, presented by Specs in the Rollo Insurance Studio. Not the day after, Callie, but the couple of days after version of the show. Favorite part of the show?
Favorite part would be, I like Tom Hart today.
Tom was good. I'm going to say Billy's realism, because there was some hope sprinkled in with a lot of reality of where we are. So that was on the show. Nick, your favorite part of the program was?
Go Hour with OB.
Okay, go Hour with OB. I'm going to go Buzz Williams, because that guy had a great week in Las Vegas. Big Buzz guy here. All right, it's the TexAgs Rewind. Check it out. Two things can be true. They've had an easy schedule, and it didn't matter. That team beat A&M's butt, right?
They did.
The score may have been 10 points. At times, it felt like more than that. But that game, and I think Billy said this on the Luchador, but it's so true. That game was a microcosm of the Aggie football season. You think you're done, and you still have these chances, right? You have these opportunities where you're like, I make a play or two, I'm in this game. I have a chance. It could have been 24-0. It could have been 31-0. But it could have also been 10-0 to start the game.
But you have to add to that. Yes, it's like a microcosm because it looked like it was over, and then you had chances, and then you got to add to it. And you didn't capitalize on them. And
like the season.
And that's the microcosm of the season. You had a great opportunity. You were on top of Everest after rallying and coming up from behind to beat LSU, and you took the next step and fell straight off the mountain.
Yep. Just a horrendous look. They got beat in the trenches. They got beat at quarterback. They got beat at wide receiver. They got beat at play calling.
They got owned up in the press box or coach's box.
Yeah.
Texas coaches owned them. I mean, A&M still haven't figured out that you can't block that guy coming off the edge when you want to run inside. So maybe you should try something different. Yeah, to me, that's just bewildering.
Yeah, look.
I think Colin Clyde, I'm sure he's going to be a great offensive coordinator here, but I think in a lot of ways he failed miserably in that game and a lot of times in the season for showing absolutely no creativity. Okay, it's fourth and short. We're going to run inside. And you do it every time, and Texas looked like they were anticipating an inside run.
Yep. So in July, we all kind of told you what we thought the season would look like. I believe we both were looking at an 8-4 season. And I'm not saying that the CC I was right.
No, I actually picked 9-3. Okay. I did, because I thought that they would beat South Carolina. I thought they'd beat Auburn, and I thought they'd take at least two of the games at home that were the four big games. So anyway.
I thought 8-4, but I was like, all right, if they do this, they could be 9-3.
You know, I kind of consolidated into when you go into a game, as a fan, you go into a game that you're not supposed to win, and then you get the lead, and you catch a couple breaks, and you get a lead, and you start believing. And you didn't believe, hey, we're going to the game, but, we're 3 touchdown underdogs, whatever. And you're going for the experience, and you're being realistic about it, and you understand, like, hey, it'd be a miracle for us to win. Let's have fun with each other. Let's enjoy the community, yada, yada. And then you get the lead, and then you allow yourself to believe, and then the lead goes away. However that lead goes away, the heartbreak that you feel in that game overrides any sense of accomplishment. Like, hey, we weren't supposed to be we weren't supposed to be this good. Like, we should enjoy the feeling from the house money that we had. And so that's kind of how I view A&M season as a whole, right? I mean, this wasn't supposed to be a year where A&M was playing for a conference championship. And I'm not saying that to be critical of the program. It's just year one and building a program and all the challenges within this league, the toughest league in college football. Like, it's okay. You're not supposed to be there. But then you go on this run and you start to believe and you see what's possible over the horizon. And man, we could get to Atlanta. Then we're going to be in the playoff. And man, wouldn't the Sugar Bowl be so much fun? So I can't help but kind of feel that pain's maybe too strong a word, maybe not after Saturday night, but that just influx of emotions, it takes you so many different directions. I feel that, and I think it's hard to then remind yourself, like, go back to after the Notre Dame game and take stock. Where are we? Where are we supposed to be? What's fair for our program in terms of expectations over the course of the season? My question for you. Now, I had a game Saturday night, so I couldn't literally turn it on until we got back to the hotel right after the OU LSU game. So I saw the end, and I saw the highlight during our game of the pick six. But I'm just curious about the energy over the weekend leading into that game and the return of that game and the feelings. Like, what were the feelings of individuals and groups going into kickoff? The game is the game. I get it. But to me, this rivalry and its absence and what happened 25 years ago with the bonfire and that, all of that stuff comes together.
Yep.
And I was just curious what the feeling was.
I've never seen Aggie Park outside of Kyle Field and the roads around the stadium as packed with it's always a festival, right? This was a different level of festival. There was probably an hour before the game, I was standing there waiting for the players to come out for their warm-ups, and there was probably 85,000 people in the stadium. Like, it was 3/4 full more, right? Like, it was like, I'm like, this whole section is full. This is an hour before the game.
It's just this, oh my God, I don't want to play them because I don't want to lose to them, because I can't hear it from them. I can't, deal with them at work, on social media, at the dinner table. Like, that to me is like, and honestly, as stupid as I think I think the little brother thing is stupid, but that's where it comes from.
Yep.
And I don't know if long before when I got to A&M, Texas A&M was regularly and routinely beating Texas. It was R.C. Slocum. It wasn't far removed from Jackie Sherrill, who really established that. And it was, I remember when A&M, lost to Texas. I think it was, we talked about it the other day here. I think it was 95. It was like, I didn't even realize A&M could lose to Texas. And from then, I think the Aggies won it. No, it was not. It was 90. Yeah, it was 95. It was 95, 96. It was both years there. Then they won in 97. Lost in 98. So and that was Mac Brown's first year. So that's kind of when it shifted for a long time there, obviously under Mac. Fran, ironically enough, got him twice, and then Sherman only got him once. Should have had him twice, and that was a famous, one that they'll talk about forever. But so there was just a mindset there that they weren't going to lose, and A&M was the aggressor. A&M was the tone setter. A&M, and that started to change with Mac. I think it really started to change. Like they rode Ricky Williams that first year, and physicality, and Hampton and Rogers, and this game to me, I'm going to get back to the point, but this game between these two teams is always about physicality, going out and taking it, wanting it more. Not that both teams wanted it the other night, but one team just played like for 60 minutes, like they wanted to be the aggressor. They wanted to be the more physical team. They wanted to take control of the lines of scrimmage. And the Aggies were too late to that party.
Yeah, Oregon's really good. They ended up winning the whole thing. To be able to be invited to that is a game changer for our program. Obviously, it's historical in that it was the first one. I think that organization, if that's probably a loosely used term, they're going to take over college basketball. I know that's a strong statement, but they're involved with a lot of things that are already beginning to change the landscape, and just hearing it for the first time and being able to see what they're doing, for us to be able to be a part of it in the first year, I think was a great experience, and I think it'll only continue as that business begins to do more and more. Being in Vegas for 7 full days is a long time, though. And so we're thankful for how the last two games ended and the response, as you mentioned, of our guys from Tuesday afternoon's game.
Talking to Buzz Williams here on TexAgs Live. Buzz, can we talk about just one thing we know about your teams is not only are they going to always play very hard, but the rebounding. Again, offensive rebounds for this team out of this world. Just talk a little bit about the mentality and the way it doesn't matter who's out there. There's this thought process and this desire to get every loose ball possible.
Yeah, with all humility, to be honest, Nuno, I actually think it's ended up becoming maybe the niche we've created over the last few years here. And we've never coached it. It's turned into just a huge component of what we do on both sides of the floor and how we grade it and how we teach it and how we practice it. I don't necessarily think that we're the best athletes. I don't even necessarily think that we're creating something brand new. That's not what I mean at all. It has just become a prevailing thing in that this happens more in a game from a volume standpoint than anything else other than made baskets.
All right, we're going to close it out. Carlita, tell the people.
Like, comment, subscribe, share, and watch us on TexAgs Live.
Thank you very much. We will see you guys tomorrow on TexAgs Live.